Welcome to my first cooking video for YouTube. I'm gonna actually make some green curry chicken. So this has been marinating in green curry and chicken broth for about 2 days. So now I'm going to add it to my little wok, and I'm gonna slow cook it. I'm gonna slow cook it in some coconut milk, maybe chicken broth, and a little bit of green onions. I chopped these up yesterday for my food. So I want this to slow cook on low and really soak up all the goodness. So I'm gonna add a little bit more of this. I'll show you kind of how I'm doing it, but this is kind of what we're making today, because then I want it to sit today. I'm gonna put it in the fridge, and then tonight, because we have a quick night, we have soccer practice and the kids are super busy, I'm just gonna make some rice, warm this up, and throw it together. So it's super easy. So I'm doing a lot of the prep work today. So now we're gonna do the chicken. I'm going to add 1 cup. I'm gonna add 1 cup coconut milk. Turn that on low. I'm making a mess everywhere. All right, that to the side. Slowly start letting those chunks begin to melt. As that begins to melt, I'm gonna put 1 tablespoon of the green curry sauce. Even though it's been marinating in the chicken, I just want to do 1 tablespoon. You guys, warning, please be careful. This is hot. This is my first time trying this kind, so hopefully it's going to be good. And I like to add a little pepper to this. So I'm gonna add some fresh grinded pepper. A couple cranks of that. And start seeing a little bit of the green as the coconut milk still pretty liquidy, still white in color. So even though it's still cream color and not as green, I'm gonna taste this. Make sure, just a little on my spoon, it's still not completely warmed up yet. Mix it, taste a little bit. Okay, it still tastes a lot like coconut milk. So now I'm gonna add 1 more teaspoon. Always remember with cooking, you can always add more, but you can't take out. So we're just gonna give her a little scoop. Maybe just a tad bit more. I'll get 2 in there. We're gonna mix it. I had to turn on a little light here because you can see it. So I like adding a little at a time and tasting it, because my daughter does not like spicy. I do, she doesn't. Still coconutty. So we're gonna do but I can start feeling the kick in the back of my throat. So I'm gonna add 2 more scoops. And this should be enough. Let's see. You can see how that's starting to really come together and the color's starting to brighten up. We're gonna let this kind of simmer and thicken and come to a boil. Okay, starting to heat up. It's still sweet from the coconut milk, but I'm starting to feel the heat, so I'm not going to add any more green curry. What I am going to add is some of those green onions that I chopped up the other day. Just take a little half of a handful. I love green onions. I love the flavor of green onions. So yummy. Add a little bit more pepper. And also why I encourage you to try your food as you're making it, the sauces, of course, before you put in raw meat, is so you can really start feeling the flavors, tasting the flavors, and seeing how the dish comes together, and really seeing if you need to add pepper, if you need to add salt. Because most of the food, and that's why I try to get all my seasonings without salt, because it just gets too salty and we don't need that. We're gonna start, the steam is starting to come. I'm gonna slowly, and just by adding those onions, I bet you, let me see. I already know that this is gonna become, yeah, it's already changed the flavor by adding those onions. So if you don't like the flavor of onions, don't add them. Usually when you get curry from a restaurant, this is different. I'm turning this back down to low, by the way. I'm gonna open up my trash can. They have roasted potatoes and onions. I'm doing something a little different tonight. Onions and potatoes. So I have, like I told you, marinated chicken thighs, skinless, boneless, organic, here. I'm gonna try not to make a mess. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. If my daughter wasn't gonna eat this, I would make it more spicy and add some more, but I'm not gonna do that. Now I'm gonna add the chicken. It's turned down to low. Because the more we cook this on low, the better and tender this chicken will be. People have a tendency to overcook their chicken, and that's not good. Put this away. Put this in the sink. Wash my hands. Always wash your hands after that chicken. All right, now I want to show you. Oh my God. And after, you don't taste it anymore until it's done. We don't want to get sick. So you can see how beautiful the green onions bring to this dish, add a little color. We're gonna let that slow cook, put the lid on that. We're gonna slowly watch that. Shouldn't take too long, maybe 20 something minutes, we'll see. It's been cooking for a little bit, but I'm gonna add a little secret ingredient, okay? I'm just gonna add a little bit of ghee and really make this chicken and this broth rich. Not too much. Oop, this is the side, right there, that's about it. I'm gonna add that while it's still cooking. If you guys don't know about ghee, I did a video on TikTok about that, so check that out for sure. All right, we've been cooking for a while, so now that I cleaned my tongs, oh, this smells so good. Now that we've flipped those, we're gonna put the lid back on. We'll cook for 10 minutes and we're gonna keep letting them cook. Okay, options, options, options. My chicken is now pretty much done, and it's time for me to cut it up. Or if you want to serve this whole over rice and sauce, you can do that too. I want to show you what we're working with. I'm going to take my chicken, and I am going to chop it, dice it, shred it, and put it back into the sauce. You do have the option of leaving it whole. Just let it rest for just a minute. This should be easy. You want to cut with the grain if you can find it. So see how it starts here? Just kind of tear it apart. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to turn off this sauce. I like bigger chunks. If you wanted shredded chicken, you could put this in a stand-up mixer and it could cut it up. I want something to bite into with my rice tonight for dinner. I'm gonna add a little bit of fresh basil just to add some more flavor and depth to my dish. I just got this, picked it up the other day. I'm just gonna take a few leaves. And if you don't know how to trim a basil, try this one. See how there's some sprouts coming here and then this? I'm gonna take it, I guess it's kind of hard to tell, but I'm gonna take it in between here so the basil will keep growing. Just do few sprigs of this. Can you see that? I think that'll be enough. All right, wash and dry that basil. Get those stems together. A rough chop is okay for me. I should probably be using a different knife, but I don't want to do a lot of dishes, so this is what's happening. So I got a rough chop here, and now I'm just going to add that in here. Now I'm going to give that a stir, and now I didn't overcook my fresh herbs, so you can still taste the freshness in the dish. You could serve now or refrigerate and heat up later when the family comes. So before I put it up, I do want to taste it. I hope you guys enjoyed this little cooking video. It's kind of harder to do without somebody holding the camera. Got a little bit of chicken, some herbs, some onions. It's a little hot, and this angle is very hard. So good. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoy my version of what am I making? Green curry. It doesn't taste like green curry, but not the stuff from the store. This is different, but it is very tasty. Thanks for watching, you guys. See you soon.